What's going on, YouTube community? Once again, it is your host, Arachnid Soul, coming to you with 7 Days to Die. It is the Alpha 9 patch, the update. It's actually Alpha 9.1 at this point. They added the little pseudo update, which added a bunch more awesome stuff. I am joined here as we look at the floating backpack. Obviously, it's an alpha. Joined here by BloodCatz, youtube.com/BloodCatz. You see her logo on the screen. And also KazeDBlackwind, both of whom you've seen in videos. In this video, I'm going to show you this cabin that I've built. You saw there was a dock outside, and I've actually been working on this with BloodCatz. I don't know who to introduce first, but I'll just go to Catz. Catz, what's going on?
Oh, not much. What's going on with y'all?
Just relaxing. This is basically... We've started a new game over. I figured I would show you guys and girls what it would be like to start a new game on here. You see my inventory. Nothing great on there. Kaze has this game, but his computer is from the 1960s, so he can't run it quite yet. But at some point, he will join us on here. Kaze, what's going on?
Hey everybody, Kaze here. Not too much, yeah, I did get the game, but as he said, my computer's older than dirt. It is barely even running half the programs we're using right now, so
Right.
so pretty much.
Well, you see me here making the yucca juice, so I can actually have something to drink, and that does refill your your other stats, your stamina. I'm gonna jump into the water here in a second. This is pretty much a very basic thing you can build if you're out in the desert, because there's lots of dead wood. You use the dead wood. A little bit later on in this game footage, I'm going to show you how to turn that dead wood into actual building blocks and planks and everything else. Here's the dead wood that you pick up. I should tell you guys that I was playing this with Catz a couple of days ago. We were actually playing on another game and trying to build a similar house. Things didn't quite work out, so we've started again. And I'm also going to show you guys and girls out there exactly what's going on under the house, because unlike other crafting games, there's this weird thing that exists in this game called gravity, and if you destroy a bottom block or brick, the whole structure falls down. So there's a lot going on under the water as well, kind of like a duck swimming, and you don't realize how frantic it is under the water. Anyway, Kaze, I don't know if this is your first time seeing the Alpha 9 footage, but you actually knew about this game before I did. And I mean, yeah. the graphical updates to this game since this game first came out, probably since the first time you saw the game, I mean, I think they've improved leaps and bounds. We see my broken leg there. I'm going to attempt to mend it in a second.
I'm really liking the heads-up display right now with everything in the bottom left-hand corner there. That's a hell of an update, because I remember the stupid little dial thing that they had in the bottom left there. But
yeah, I mean, and some people for whatever reason missed the dial. You guys saw I was looking at what I needed to make a splint a couple of seconds ago. It said I needed 2 sticks and also cloth. So I'm making the sticks now. You saw I had to break down that piece of dead wood to make planks, which I then turned into sticks. I have 2 pieces of cloth in the cabin that I wanted to use to make a sleeping bag, aka a spawn point, but I've broken my leg or seriously sprained it, and I need to do something to help that recover a little bit quicker or help me walk a little bit faster. So, BloodCatz, you've been playing this game. What are your impressions so far now that I don't know, you've probably put 30 or 40 hours into it at this point?
Well, I like how it looks more cleaner to me. Like the graphics, like wood looks more better like wood, and also I like how at first I wasn't so happy how they removed the mini map that showed you where all the zombies were, but now I'm getting used to it. I like it, and you're like using your senses to sense where zombies could be at, and that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I've made the splint here, so you see me there applying it. Yeah, I agree too. At first I was like, where's the mini-map that shows me where the zombies are? But you know, at the end of the day, that did make the game kind of easy to be able to see. And if you guys go back and watch the old footage that I have on here, you'll see the mini-map in the lower right. It shows you the zombies and shows you the different colors to tell you if they're alert to where you are or not. As you can see, I've just picked up random stuff out of the trash and on the ground here. I don't really have, no, that's not cocaine, that's potassium nitrate. But I don't really have anything great on this game yet. As you can see, there is a top story to this house, but it's not finished yet. I'm going to go out, I'm going to try to find some more wood. Let's see, we got a zombie coming up here on the left, one on the right, but they are pretty slow in the water. I saw somebody on a forum the other day, for whatever reason, saying that the game was unrealistic. Mind you, it's a zombie survival game, but saying the game's unrealistic because when we go into the water, we being the player, we have to breathe. Whereas when the zombies go in, they can stay underwater forever. It's like they're dead. You know, they should be able to stay underwater forever. So this is the map. The gray areas are places I haven't been, and the areas that were colored in are places that I have visited. That whole like Fog of War, old school Super Metroid thing. And I did find out also that these new random maps that you see me playing on one of them here, these are infinite maps. So there's no more borders. You can walk in one direction forever. You'll never find a border. You'll never find an edge. Also, traveling in the desert here, but as you guys saw before and you'll see again, there's a forest on the other side. There's a wasteland on the other side. You know, these random gen maps really just have random stuff. There's a nice sun effect there, by the way. And if I go down there, I'm dead. That's one of the things with the random maps. They've added mountains, they've added valleys, hills. I don't know. Anyway, Kaze, I know you haven't played this game yet. Are you excited to eventually get a chance to play this?
Oh, of course. I mean, you know, the one thing that that I enjoyed with this game was the fact that it was actually a really simple idea that was built upon, you know. I mean, anyone that's played any kind of little blocky survival game, you know, when they pick this game up, it deals with a lot of the problems that I've heard, which is a lot of people said, oh, well, look at those graphics, they're blocky. And I'm like, okay, well, try this out. And sure enough, you know, this actually blew their minds.
Yeah, to me, and that's a whole other video there, but people are so obsessed with graphics. People act like this is, and this is a revolutionary game, but it's not as revolutionary as a lot of people think. You could have been playing this game in a very similar method for the past 5 years in many other incarnations, but people are like, oh, well, I just care about graphics. Of course, they'll tell you that they don't care about graphics, but they do. Anyway, you've got this game out. This is only Alpha 9. And if you guys go find older footage of this game looked extremely blocky at first. So this game graphically has come a long way. It's probably going to come a lot farther before final release. I'm actually going to break down some wood here, make some wood planks. It's just the dead wood I've been gathering the past couple of minutes, and then I'm going to make some building blocks so you guys can see exactly how I put the house together. This is kind of the border between the random gen desert and the random gen wasteland, which I will explore. The reason I'm not going into there now, and Catz will tell you about this, when you start a game, you don't have any weapons, you don't have any guns, and when you go into those areas, there's little bits of disgusting nuclear material on the ground, and as a result, there are gigantic flying insects that attack you. And if you don't have a weapon, they will kill you. So I'm not going into there until I have a weapon. There you see me crafting some of the wood. Catz, can you tell us about your experience the other day when we were playing and it spawned you into the wasteland? You didn't have a weapon and the giant insects came after you.
Oh, it was not good at all. I mean, they spawned me right in the middle of the wasteland, like you said, and all of a sudden I'm walking, looking for them, and all of a sudden I hear the buzzing. All of a sudden I see this giant bee, and I have no weapons. but wood and other materials. So I had to run and run and run. Those things will chase you down.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They will chase you pretty far. And you're the first person I know who actually managed to run enough in the same direction to get away from them, because my experience has been they just chase me forever. I told you guys in the last video I didn't know how to set the waypoints. I figured it out. Not too hard. You just open the map, right click, and then left click. Sets the waypoint. And the reason I set the waypoint there is because that's where my camp is. Another awesome thing they've done and added to the map now is when you build a structure, the structure then shows up on the map. So if you rewind the footage a couple of seconds and look at that map, you'll see that that little cabin I've built, it's now on the map along with the dock. I don't know. And the other thing, I feel like a lot of people on this game, they have their favorite little biomes to survive in. So when I play multiplayer with other people who play this game and we just start up a random game, you know, I want to live in the desert. It's where I'm comfortable in real life and in the game, but they want to live in the snow or the forest. I'm going to show you guys right here what's going on under this house. I had to go under here, hold my breath, put a couple of blocks down, come up for air, go back down, put a couple more down. And this is pretty much the foundation of the house. Without that, the house would not be able to seemingly float on top of water. And also, while the zombies can't jump from the dock over to the door, and as you see, I've got some degree of elevation here, which I can't even overcome. So even if the zombies get to the door, they can't actually jump up to the door because it's a block too high, whereas I can jump. Unless they're the spider zombies, which can climb. In any case, so that's what's going on with building the house. The zombies can get under the water and they can attack the foundation. And if they attack enough of those bricks, either the entire cabin or certain parts of the cabin will topple to the ground. Here's me using these building blocks. You guys see how easy it is. You guys got to see how I made them. From the dead wood, the planks into the building blocks. Here I am placing them down. With each patch, I mean, this process just gets more fine-tuned and more easy. You also notice that now that this is Alpha 9.1, when I open up the menu to craft things, you see that things I can craft are in green and things I can't craft are in yellow, which makes it that much easier. I'm making a little gap here so I can show you guys how to make a window. And you basically just need to have these blocks on all four sides, and then you go in, you craft the window. You'll also notice there were no windows on the bottom floor, purely because I don't think that's a good idea to have the zombies be able to look in. So every time I build a house, I'm getting a lot smarter on here. You saw that there was one little container on the bottom downstairs where you store things. Here I am using the planks. If you see them on my tool belt, they're slowly going away as I hammer away, and now I'm out of planks. I'm going to show you guys a little bit later on here how to use the tin cans to break them down into metal to reinforce the wood even more. But Catz was the one who put that container downstairs, and the reason I don't do that anymore is because I figured out on a rare occasion the zombies, which I thought could only dig horizontally, can dig vertically. And in the last floating house I had with Catz, they started coming in through the floor. Catz was running around screaming. Her real cat in real life, I heard the cat meowing, running around screaming. So I said this time I'm only building stuff on the top floor. And here I'm breaking down the scrap iron. I'll show you guys in a second if I find a good place. I guess I'm going to go downstairs, use the scrap iron to reinforce part of the frame of this door or something. So Kaze, do you notice any, besides the graphics, I mean, you've played a lot of crafting games, you notice any other, like, glaring differences between this and maybe some of the past crafting games you played?
One big one was actually, now this isn't actually shown yet, but, they had this little thing which was sickness. Since, this is obviously the zombie apocalypse, there's obviously a zombie virus going around. You get bit, you all of a sudden have to pop antibiotics like it was candy. And you actually have a timer telling you, you know, you have 7 days to die, basically, which is the amount of time that it usually takes for you to turn zombies on.
Right. Yeah, that's something, I explained that in one other video, but most people don't explain that. The reason the game is called 7 Days to Die, and people think it's because you play 7 days, and they say, what happens on the 7th day? Does the game restart? No, the game doesn't restart, you get to keep going. It's just called 7 Days to Die because in this world, if you get the zombie virus, if you're bitten, if you're scratched, I don't know, if you get the zombie virus, you're infected for 7 days. And down there where you see the broken leg, you would see a little icon showing you you're infected. When you put the cursor over it, it would tell you what the effects are. Does it slow you down? Do you have less stamina? You know, are you in stage 1, 2, or 3? And with the stages come more and more serious versions of the disease. There you saw me making the sticks. I'm crafting the window here. And I'm going to place this window. And when you've been sick for 7 days with the zombie disease, if you do not find antibiotics to cure yourself, then you drop dead, and that's why it's called 7 Days to Die. I'm also going to reinforce this window here with some wood, which is another kind of cool thing. With each update, they let you reinforce things more and more. Once again, check out BloodCatz, youtube.com/BloodCatz. She has an awesome game channel. She's just trying to start out. Check her out. Also, check out KazeDBlackwind. The link is in the description below. You know, the unboxing of all the cool stuff every month. It has been your host, Arachnid. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I've shown you guys pretty much what I wanted to show you. I'm sure BloodCatz will actually be in this game with me at some point, and we will finish the rest of this cottage that we've set up. Put a couple more blocks down here since I have them. And that's about it. It's been your host, Arachnid Soul, intellectual, voracious, and passionate about 7 Days to Die as always. Follow me on Twitter at Arachnid Soul. Hit the like, hit the comment section, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you guys and girls later.